Discipline isn't punishment. It's not about guilt, and it's not about forcing yourself to live like a machine. Discipline is a mirror. It reflects what you believe you're worthy of. It's the quiet decision that says, I matter enough to follow through. Not just once, but daily. When you keep the promises you make to yourself, you're not just building habits. You're building identity, trust, stability, energy. So don't confuse discipline with deprivation, because when done right, discipline is self-respect in action. Chapter 1. The misconception, discipline as deprivation. Culture paints discipline as the enemy of happiness. You're too strict. Loosen up, enjoy your life. We associate freedom with doing whatever we want, and discipline with restriction, rigidity, and suffering. But freedom without boundaries isn't freedom. It's chaos. Without a standard, your energy gets pulled everywhere. You say yes to too many things. You delay what really matters. You chase instant gratification and call it living, but feel empty underneath it all. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." We think freedom is choice, but the deepest freedom is consistency, knowing you can trust yourself, that you'll show up even when no one's watching. That kind of stability doesn't come from emotion, it comes from discipline. Chapter 2. Real discipline isn't force, it's agreement. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself, it's about agreeing with yourself. There's a version of you that already sees clearly. That future version knows what you need, knows what's aligned, knows what will make your life expand. Discipline is simply honoring the roadmap that version already laid out. It's saying, I trust the part of me that sees farther than this moment. David Goggins doesn't preach pain for the sake of pain. He teaches that your mind by default will seek comfort. It will avoid effort, conflict, and uncertainty. But when you train yourself to override that instinct, you become unstoppable. Discipline is not suppression, it's clarity in motion. And the more you practice it, the more your nervous system adapts, until follow-through becomes identity, and what once felt hard becomes who you are. Chapter 3. The hidden self-image behind every act of discipline. Most people focus on actions. Wake up early, go to the gym, do the work. But what's really being built is self-image. You're either casting votes for the identity you want or reinforcing the one you're trying to leave behind. Every time you keep your word, you send a signal to your subconscious. I'm someone who shows up. Every time you make excuses, you reinforce, I can't trust myself. Neville Goddard said, you rise or fall according to the ideal you serve. Your ideal version of self, the one that lives with purpose, peace, and power, can't be reached by talk alone. It must be served, and the way you serve it is through consistent alignment. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about loyalty to who you are becoming. Chapter 4. The myth of motivation. The most dangerous myth in self-improvement is this: I just need to feel motivated. Motivation is cheap. It spikes after a video, a podcast, a breakdown, but it fades. It's not designed to last. Jocko Willink said, discipline equals freedom. When you stop waiting to feel like it and just decide to do it, you regain your power. You're no longer a slave to mood or energy swings. You move with purpose. That's when you become dangerous. Not because life gets easier, but because your choices stop depending on how you feel. Chapter 5. Why most people sabotage discipline. Most people don't lack discipline because they're lazy. They sabotage it because they don't believe they're worthy of success. They're scared of following through. Because if they try and it still doesn't work, what does that say about them? So they delay the action, distract themselves, quit before it starts. Not because they want to fail, but that fear isn't truth. It's conditioning. It's the echo of every past version of you who didn't feel seen, supported, or safe. Discipline is how you prove to that voice, we don't live there anymore. Chapter 6. Philosophies and Thinkers on Discipline. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter." He ruled an empire, yet lived in simplicity and self-control. To him, discipline wasn't about control, it was about virtue. Immanuel Kant believed, freedom is obedience to a law we give ourselves. True freedom doesn't come from lack of rules. It comes from alignment with your highest principles. James Clear, in Atomic Habits, says, "Every action is a vote for the person you want to become." Each moment of discipline is a vote cast for your future self. And the samurai, warriors of ancient Japan, saw discipline as a spiritual path. They trained with ritual, with respect, with silence, because discipline wasn't just how they fought, it was how they lived. Chapter 7. Discipline as a form of love. What if discipline isn't pressure? What if it's love? If someone you loved told you their dream, you wouldn't let them self-sabotage, you'd help them. You'd guide them. You'd remind them who they are. So why do we not do that for ourselves? Discipline is how you hold space for your future. It's how you say, I believe in the version of me I haven't met yet. I won't abandon them. Discipline isn't control. It's care. It's protection. It's proof that you won't betray yourself again. Final chapter. The challenge. Next time you feel like breaking a promise to yourself, pause and ask, am I teaching myself that my word means nothing? Because your mind is always listening. And the more you break promises to yourself, the more you lose your own respect. But every act of discipline builds strength, builds clarity, builds momentum. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be loyal. Discipline isn't about who you've been, it's about who you're becoming. If self-respect had a language, would your actions speak it? If not, this is the moment to change that. Because your future is listening, and it's waiting for you to act like you deserve it.